Hey guys, this is ZeldaMaster93, and I'm back here with another video. Now, you might be wondering why I went back to the recorded voice plus pictures type of video format. And the reason I did this because it seems the videos that I've done this way have been getting more views than my recorded video ones. And also because I like being able to put pictures into my videos. I mean, it's kind of boring with just my face up there. Also, it destroys people's eyes having to look at me because I'm that ugly. Oh, I kid, but I hate my looks. What I'm here to do today is actually review, drumroll, Other M! Metroid Other M! And you probably already knew that, because you've probably already looked at the title of this video. But, nonetheless! I'll just get on with the review. How about that? Yeah, that's probably best. Okay. So, there are plenty of good things about this game, and plenty of, well, not plenty of bad, but there are some bad things that, just really do have to be mentioned. But, first and foremost, I'll get started with the controls, because controls are a huge part of that game, of course. They're mainly good. The whole Wii Remote, function, it works well in most situations, though switching between normal view and search view, I think it's called, can be a bit of a pain at times, because there's been plenty of times where I've been like fighting some enemy and I go to switch to the view and I end up not looking at him. I end up like looking completely opposite of him, and then when I'm trying to turn around and like shoot a missile at him, he whacks me in the back of the head and I go flying, and it just of course that's probably more my skill at sucking than the game itself, but nonetheless it's a bit of a hassle switching between the two views. But on the most part, the good controls are good, well tuned, and very easy to use. Going on, we have the graphics. The graphics are really, really good in this game. I love what Team Ninja did with this game because it's just really cool looking. They took a different turn on it than Retro Studios did with the Prime games before them, but I think they did well. I really do. It looks cool. Looks realistic, but sweet looking at the same time. It's as best as I could put it. So, onward is music. The music in this game is good, but I don't like it as much as I liked the Metroid Prime games music. Like if the music in Metroid Prime and the second one Echoes, though that music just blows my mind. Almost any time I listen to any track from either of those games, the soundtracks in those games were just absolutely perfect. Other M, it has plenty of good songs, but they don't blow me away. They don't blow me away as much as the ones in the Prime games did. But they're still pretty freaking good, in my opinion. Just not as good, but still pretty good. Onward is power-ups. Power-ups. Ooh. What to say about the power-ups? Oh, geez. Let me start with the good. The good is you get plenty of golden oldies, like the ice beam. Oh, everyone loves the ice beam. I like the ice beam, you like the ice beam, everyone loves the ice beam. And they get the wave beam. Same thing there. Plasma beam. Yeah, man. Who doesn't like shooting through enemies? And then you get, the gravity suit, which allows you to negate the effects of gravity in water. I love that. You know, I hate mucking through water at, you know, half a mile an hour. You know, can't jump worth a crap. I hate that. And, you know, getting that suit feature comes way too late, in my opinion. And Morph Ball, everyone loves Morph Ball and bombs. But, there was some weird ones, like, energy parts. Seriously? Energy parts? Now, when the name energy part pops up, what do you think of? Because it might just be me, but personally, I think of, pieces of heart. Well, now, where does that come from? Thinking Zelda? No, I'm just being a jerk. I think it's kind of neat that they added the whole energy parts idea, because it's been working well for Zelda for years, like decade and a half or something like that. So I don't begrudge them for turning in that direction with this game, but I just think it's kind of weird that they added that for this game. Collect 4 to gain another energy tank. Collect 4 to gain another heart. What's the difference? But I kid. But then there's the charge excels, which are kind of weird, but nonetheless. But, the main thing I have wrong with the power-ups in this, well, one of the main things, I should say, don't get ahead of myself here, is the speed booster. I have never liked the speed booster. Never. Now, why? For the main reason, because shine sparking. I first encountered speed boosting and shine sparking in Zero Mission, and I just always hated it. I really did. I mean, just speed boosting is not bad, but when you have to shine spark in that game, oh my gosh, holy crap. Some of the shine sparking on that game is just unbelievable. It's just unbelievable. That's the only word that I can actually use to describe that. It's not even believable, because it's so hard in some areas. The things they make you do to get some of the, like, the super missile tanks and missile tanks and all that. It's like, who created this thing? You know? Must have been a guy that was really good at the game, because I certainly cannot do some of them shine sparking dealios. But they didn't do that in Other M, really. The shine sparking in that game is a lot easier. It only pops up so many times, like only a couple times in the game, and whenever it does, it's pretty freaking easy. But still, it's kind of annoying, and I never liked it. I still always compare the speed booster to the boost ball from the Metroid Prime games. When I first played Other M, I was like, speed booster. Oh. Or, I should backtrack. When I first played Zero Mission, I was like, oh, cool, speed booster. It's like this game's boost ball. But then I thought about it afterwards, and I was like, wait a minute. Zero Mission came before Metroid Prime, so wouldn't that make the boost ball Metroid Prime's speed booster? Yeah, just a weird fact about how I was viewing that game at the time. But I definitely will always prefer the boost ball to the speed booster, because with the speed booster it's shine sparking, and I've had way too many bad experiences with the shine spark skill, if you call it that. So, yeah. But the huge main thing that I have with the reward, or with the power-ups in this game, is how you get them. The unnecessary ones, like the charge excels and the energy tanks and the missile tanks and all of that, those I don't have a problem with. It's the main items that you gain in the weirdest way. You only get them when Adam who's your commanding officer, tells you when you can use them. And only then. You will not use them until he says, Samus, you can now use Ice Beam. And then oh, holy crap, you have an Ice Beam now! Oh my gosh, I mean, you cannot use it at all before then. And there's some really frustrating instances of this. For instance, the Varia Suit feature, which protects you from heat. And it also reduces enemy damage, partially, but the main feature is no more heat damage. And yet, you get this feature when you've already gone through the fire region in the game quite a lot. So you're suffering in the heat for so long. You're getting attacked by this fish thing leaping out of the lava. You're burning. You're getting whacked at. You're big hunks of lava are flying at your face, and you're burning up the whole time. And it's like, oh my gosh, does this have to be this way? Can't I just get the freaking Varia suit before I step into lava world and have to burn up before finally getting the Varia suit? Oh my gosh. But, I don't know. I guess, I mean, it's just me being picky. It's still, either way. The enemies, on to the next part. The enemies they're pretty cool. I mean, some of the enemy designs in this game are pretty freaking cool, I have to admit. Some of the bosses are really cool. Like, the surprise one in this game that made me freaking crap a brick when I first noticed him. I saw him and I was like, oh my gosh, that's not him. And then I was like, no, that's not him. And then he came up and I was like, oh crap. Holy frick, that is him. No, I'm not gonna... I try not to reveal everything in this game before... So anybody who has not played this game gets the whole game ruined for them. But I'm not going to mention the guy's name. But for those out there that have played the game, it's the one that you have to fight right before you get the gravity suit. Now, that's not a big tip-off to anybody who has not played the game. But for anybody who has, I think you know the boss I'm talking about. And yeah, when I saw him, I was like, holy frick, he's here. And I was like, oh frick, I'm dead. And I did die a couple of times with him. Okay, so onward to the action sequences, which is a huge part of this game, and those sequences kick butt. I love the action sequences in this game because the combination, like the sense move and the third-person perspective, which gives you a really neat look at how Samus interacts with the enemies that she's fighting, really cool. And the fact that you can do overblasts and lethal strikes, really cool. Samus gets physical in a hurry in this game, and that's what I really like. In the Prime games, and every other game, to be perfectly honest, you touch an enemy, you get hurt. Simple. In this game, though, no. That's not the case now. Now they can hear you're throwing enemies across the room, you're grabbing them by the mouth, planting your gun right up inside their mouth, and blowing their head off. Point blank range. Coolest thing I've ever seen before in my life. Okay, now on to a bad thing. Yeah, it's been coming. Sometimes the cutscenes in this game can be a little on the lengthy side. Sometimes it's just, you're watching a video for like, a couple minutes. It's just like, I want to get back to the action. I don't want to watch, it's good to watch backstory, her history, and, find out more about her, and just, good story elements, but, some of the time it just gets to be a bit of a much. And you don't really want to feel like watching this video when you want to be playing the freaking game. But that again is a small, picky fact. Small negative. Overall, though, this is a very good game. I personally think it's a very good game, even though some people seem to think that this is a very bad game. it's been very underrated for a very long time, and I'm starting to get kind of ticked at the people that think this is a bad game, because it isn't. It's a very good game, and I like it. But I can see that I'm starting to run over the 15-minute mark, so I'm going to have to wrap this up in a hurry. So, this has been another review by Zelda Master 93, and I want you guys to rate, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys later.